Hello, Mark. This is week
Hey,
two.
how are you today, Kevin?
Really good. Really good.
Well, welcome back to week 2 of our podcast. We're almost famous.
Almost famous.
Almost famous. Anyway, I'm Mark Creighton with AVLP Solutions, life coaching, and my partner here is Kevin Pescatello. I think that's, is that Irish? Uh, oh,
The
no, no,
first
no,
name
no.
it is, but the last name, no. I'm definitely not Irish.
And Kevin owns Ascendant Mind and Body. He's been on his journey. He's helping me with my journey. One of the things I wanted to say, we had talked about this, is that we are actually mentoring each other.
Yep.
Obviously, I mentored people because I've been a pastor for a number of years and a life coach. But Kevin is mentoring me in my journey because I am having hip surgery in 3 weeks and I have to lose weight. And I've got to, from there on in, I've got to stay thin. Well, not that I'll ever be thin, but I got to stay thinner than I am now. So Kevin's been my life coach in that area, or my health coach. And we are actually partnering together through the AVLP Solutions. Kevin is going to be available for one-on-one coaching, just like I'm going to be available, or I am available for one-on-one coaching. And then we're going to have some nutrition classes together, group classes, and then we're going to have some very interesting things in the future. Uh, and so we will have a VIP session where you have 2 hours. You can get to us through emails or texts, and we will respond immediately. And you can also get a free 15-minute session with us in between our regular book sessions. And that's going to be pretty great. And so those things are up and coming. Pretty excited about it. But we're going to look at some scripture today about. I want to just share just a few. Well, we won't take it long, but we a lot of times we think the Bible just doesn't have anything about the body, but that's really not true because in Genesis, if you go back to the very beginning of the Bible in Genesis 1:29. From the very beginning, it says God provided natural, unprocessed food for them. You know, he said, I give you every seed bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. It will be yours for food. So there's kind of a plant based foundation. Now, some of us are carnivores, and we know because of the fall of man and that blah, blah, blah. But we did start off as plant based. And but there are some other, verses that you think through, like in 1 Corinthians 6:19-20, says, do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You're not your own, you were bought with a price, so glorify God, your body. And for people who are religious or Christian like me, that means that it's important that I glorify God in my body by being healthy. And then uh, it says in 1 Timothy 4:8, for while bodily training is of some value, godliness is of value in every way, as old promise for the present life and also for the life to come. Bodily training is of value, and we can't forget that, and that's why we go to the gym. Like I'll be going to the gym after this session. So anyway, I just want you to understand from our philosophical position that we believe that uh, we need to eat clean. We need to get unprocessed food out of our bodies, and there's some really biblical reasons for eating that way. And it's not about legalism. Look, if you want to eat processed foods, go ahead. It's not good for you. We're not saying that having a supersada sub isn't great once in a while. It's my Italian friend here, some mortadella, or some
The cheat
prosciutto.
meal. The cheat meals in between.
But anyway, I want to just shift over to the practical side. I'm going to just throw this over to Kevin, because he has some principles that he wants to give you for daily life and eating,
Yeah.
and so just let's give Kevin a listen for a minute, okay? Go ahead, Kevin.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah. So, I mean, definitely it's good to have that direction and foundation. It's great that it's backed by God. It's at the beginning that we should be doing, something closer to raw. And what we find out today in today's society, we're always on the go. As we were talking about last week, as we do a little flashback, we talk about all the pervasive, bad, negative news that's out there, all these stresses that are put on our body to, get something done, be there for that, help someone, and watch out what's going on, and this, we don't know what's going to happen next, and everything was very scary. So it's good to know that God had it in mind for us to have a good, clean source of food, because food really helps us with what we're doing, our fitness journey, whatever that might be. Some of you guys may want to try and lose weight. Some of you are training for something. You might be doing CrossFit. Some of you might be doing some type of Olympic event, if you will. And so you need to know what kind of a diet that's going to work for you. And as we hear from some of the greats and the legends that are out there, being able to train and eat is good. But remember that the training follows the diet, not the diet follows the training. So, like anything else, abs are made in the kitchen and they are accelerated, right, in the gym. So we look at what the macronutrients can be for proteins, fats, and carbs, right? Proteins are essential for muscle repair and metabolism. They're great sources of lean meats that are out there: eggs, fish, plant-based options like lentils. There's healthy fats. As far as more proteins go, you can, we got the chickens, we got cod, for fish. We got haddock, catfish, things like that. And same thing, right? With the healthy fats, you can get, fatty, fish oils from eating fish. If you don't get enough, I do urge you to try and take some omega, 3, 6, and 9. It's out there on the market. It's good for your brain. It's good for mental health, because 50% of your brain is, made of some fatty tissue. People don't know it. It's myelin, and myelin is made of cholesterol. So definitely do not skip on your eggs. Carbohydrates are not the enemy. And, we can talk about the different types of carbs. We have our, you know, processed carbs, the breads, starchy carbs, things that can go quick to sugar. And we got things that are a little bit harder to digest, like sweet potatoes, quinoa, fruits. Fruits do have sugars in them, so you have to know when to eat those. And I've got some tips on that we'll be bringing out
Well, there's
later.
certain there's certain good fruits, and there's some fruits that we probably should stay away from. I know
Yeah,
I'm a type 2 diabetic, and bananas are not something that are recommended for, because that'll spike my sugar. But apples are really good.
yep.
Anything with a lot of fiber in it tends
There
to be
are
really good.
Yeah, you have to know what your condition is. Some people like Mark, have to stay away from bananas. Sometimes bananas are good, and for guys, bananas are good, and we'll probably get into that into our men's health section, about what bananas can do. There's some things that people can do during the week to help them so they don't cheat and eat the wrong foods by going out to eat, going to fast food restaurants, or grabbing those TV dinners that you pop in the microwave. And it's meal prepping. Now, I like to meal prep on the weekends. I spend time with the family in and around the kitchen. So it's really great. I'm able to make like 3 meals for the week. And once that's, broken up into the portions or something like that, I then know that I can always go to that when I come back from training. When I'm back from the gym, it's like that first meal is the most important after training, because that's what's going to go in and replace what you just expensed out on the machines, on the weights, on the treadmill. So, example, you can make chicken, salmon rather quickly, eggs. I usually do some tuna fish a couple times during the week, and I think just last week I ended up taking some chicken, and I slow roast cooked that and was able to make a Southwest chicken salad, which was pretty good. So you can always
Let
do
me
things.
let me add a little bit in here about fast food, because fast foods are always in our face. You can't drive down the road, even in rural areas, without seeing a McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I just want to share a quick story, because we're going to be done here a little quicker than usual. But I went to Burger King and I was just in a hurry, and I just got their chicken sandwich, their old fashioned chicken sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Well, I haven't been to fast food for months. Well, you know what it did? It gave me a good case of you know what.
Right into the bathroom.
And, you know, um, I would recommend that. I mean, if you go to McDonald's or you just eat the burger, throw away the bun, uh, don't eat the fries, do do something else, get some apples. But fast foods are killers.
Yeah, they are. And it's surprising because I do see those people when I drive by sometimes and it's like lunchtime or dinner time. And I look at the line all the way around the restaurant there and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, folks. I'd rather eat tuna fish out of a can than sit there in line and eat something that we don't really know what it's going to do. But anyways, we digress. So the dangers of processed foods, and sugar is that they're not good for you. They're going to feed the wrong bugs in your gut, and you're going to then have an addiction type of a draw for those types of foods. You're going to want to seek those things out. So believe me, it's there. And that gut brain connection does exist. So when you have the right microbiome tuned correctly, you're going to want to crave the good foods. And we'll talk about changing your version of sweet in later episodes, but these are small changes you can do to help correct that imbalance. So again, you don't have to be perfect, right? Eat clean most of the time. You can definitely have a cheat meal. Try not to do a cheat day, but like if you have a meal on Friday, it's Friday, and you want to do something a little different, that's fine. It's not going to hurt you. I'd still stay away from fries or eat like three of them, and just continue moving on. And I do have a list of fad diets that I wanted to make mention that some things don't work, and we're going to break these down in other sessions. But some of the fad diets, like keto diet, what people really think is good for them, it's good short term, but it's not good long term. And the same thing with a carbohydrate starved diet, because what you're doing is you're teaching and training your body to get energy from fats that make your liver and your kidneys work extra hard, which often leads to kidney failures, and liver failures down the road. And the other thing is that once you break away from eating carbohydrates, your body doesn't know what to do with them. So as soon as you get them, as Michael Hearn would say, you will blow up like a whale. So you got to make sure that you do not starve yourself. You got to have that balance, and you have to have a portion and prorated balance as to, more on the protein side, a little bit on the fibrous carb side for the early start in the morning, maybe, some vegetables later on in the evening or something like that. And we're going to talk about all about tweaking that diet to get you dialed in for the gym in our next episodes.
Well, I think foundations are important, and eating with intention and staying disciplined, and treating your body as a temple. I know some of our temples aren't quite as attractive as they used to be, but we can get back. And one of the things I want to encourage you is that it's never too late to start. I'm 68, and I went to college on scholarship, athletic scholarship, and I kept eating like I was an athlete. And now I'm paying the price. I have pain, and I replaced one hip. Now I'm replacing the second hip. I would, and I'm
Yeah.
and if I stay on the course that I'm at, and Kevin and I continue this course, in a year I'm going to be able to do some things that I haven't done for a long time, like downhill skiing again, and things that I really enjoy. So it's never too late to start. So make sure you start, and then don't fall for a quick fix. There's nothing that happens overnight. I'm taking this stuff, Kevin. I know you and I both take a lot of just similar things, but I'm on this stuff called Fix, which is made from hops.
Yep.
It's absolutely GMO.
All natural.
It's all natural. It balances out your pH, and it says it's a fat burner, and it is, but it will not burn 10 pounds of fat overnight.
No.
Okay. And so you cannot look for a quick fix. You have to do a consistency over a long period of time. And that's where you're going to get your big
Exactly.
gains.
And that's what we're talking about here is making the small changes over time that you can note the results, but staying as close to raw and clean so that when you do these accelerators like the Fix or like Amari's GBX Fit, those things can help accelerate what you're doing. But you can't, like I said, out train it. You can't have a cheat day or two cheat days. You got to like watch your meals, stay consistent. I know it can get boring, but look at what you're making. Look at what you're shaping. It's harder to get in shape than it is to stay in shape. And then once you have that, your body and your mind will think more clearly. You'll be able to set your goals that you need to set, and you'll be able to stick to them.
Well, I mean, I think that's great, and we're going to go into a lot of some of the things that you and I are using in the future for people to try, and they can get them from you, they can get them from me.
Yep.
But I want you to know that I kind of want to wrap up because we're going to have to wrap this up. But there are three takeaways that I want you to take away today from this time that we have together. And number one, there's some really timeless truths. Even if you don't believe the Bible, there's wisdom in the Bible. It's an ancient book, it's been around a long time. It's the number one selling book in the world still. Okay, so there's something's going on that's right. Number two, really think through about a balanced whole food diet. Because I'm a diabetic, I have to be a little bit different in that. But the reality is, if you don't have diabetes, you need to eat a balanced diet. But you need to. The Bible all talks about moderation. You don't need to eat, a half a loaf of bread, or you don't need to eat, 2 pounds. You don't need to go to the 2-pound steaks, So this has to be moderation in our life, because moderation leads to a tremendous wellspring of wealth, believe it or not. And then don't be extreme. Don't go to extremes. So anyway, Kevin, I think maybe you want to wrap some things up.
Yeah. So what we're going to be doing is over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking in about, faith and fitness, but we'll be drilling down into some of the diets, again, that were fads that don't work out too well. We've got experts in the field that we can even make mention. Maybe we'll have some of those featured clips ready to go next time too, as well, to show you what they're saying about the fad diets. But we just want you guys all to be safe, because if you do things to extremes or too much, your body's going to always try and overcompensate. And we're going to show you how beating yourself up on the treadmill is not going to work either, and all these things. And you have to actually eat your way out to a better you. And I know it's weird. People are like, how do I eat more and lose weight? I was new to me, but you got to let your body adjust and learn to trust you. And that's one of the ways to do it. But we're going to cover that. We're going to cover some of the ingredients in some of these supplements that help accelerate. And we'll also be having shows talking about supplements to stay away from and the reasons why. So we'll be breaking down all that science. So stay tuned, folks. We'll definitely have that for you.
Thanks, Kevin. All right, folks. Thanks for listening. Let's stay strong together. Let's stay disciplined as we can. And sometimes we fall off the wagon. But if you fall off the wagon, get back in. That's the important thing. Keep fueling your body the right way. And remember, this is my slogan. You've got this, and I've got you. Right, Kevin?
That's it.
All right. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
Life is full of challenges, stress, uncertainty, setbacks. We all face them. But what if you had the right guidance to turn those obstacles into opportunities? At AVLP Solutions, we believe in adding value and loving people. Founded by Mark Creighton, a leader with over 40 years of experience, we help you break through barriers and discover your true potential. Through personalized coaching and powerful digital resources, we provide the faith-driven motivation and practical strategies you need to grow, lead, and thrive. No matter where you are in your journey, transformation starts today. Visit avlp.org and take the first step toward a better you.